Hey everybody, it's Willy the Composer. How the hell y'all doing? I'm just a quick update. I weigh 230 pounds, which may not be an achievement, may not sound that impressive to you, but it's impressive to me because I'm 10 pounds lighter than I was last time I made a video, and 20 pounds lighter than I was in 2017, and 30 pounds lighter than I was when I made the corn video 2 years ago. Ooh. So I'm making progress. It's slow, but it's steady. And I want to keep up my efforts of getting healthy. But we can make a video about that later. At any rate, this is a response to a comment I got from Culture045, which is one of my loyal fans, one of the people that I see watch all my videos and comment on almost all my videos. And there's a few of you guys, and I appreciate you guys. How y'all doing? Good to know we have like a little family here on Willy the Composer. But anyways, let's get on to this topic. Incels. He basically just asked my general thoughts and feelings about incels and says, do I consider myself one? Do I relate to them? Well, do I relate to incels is like, I relate to everybody on some level, one way or another. And you know what I mean? I mean, in one way or another, I can feel myself relating to peace-loving tree huggers. On another level, for different reasons, I can feel myself relating to fascist dictators. I can feel myself, you know, I could put myself in anyone's shoes if I really think about it, which is always what I do whenever I see something that I dislike or pisses me off. I start to think from the perspective of the people that are pissing me off and starting to see if I would be the same way if I were them, having lived their lives. And you know, it's really how I live my life, and I don't hold grudges, and I don't hold anything against people, and I have trouble hating pretty much anything. But what it takes for me to start to dislike or hate something is prolonged exposure, if you will. You know, piss me off once, piss me off twice. If you space it out over time, I may still like love you. I don't even care. But when I get like persistent day to day things in my head, seeing things, it starts to really get to me. And I can't believe I'm saying this because of my background and where what I used to be just not that many years ago, the crazy progressive that I was. But really, I mean, sexual exposure in our society, I mean, and the way it is with the young people, people my age, just sexual permissiveness is just, it's just ridiculous, and it kind of irritates me, and it kind of pisses me off. The fact that there is a group of people who unwillingly, you know, don't get laid because they can't get laid, and they're frustrated and upset by that, and they have like little groups on the internet that they form that can even get dangerous. I mean, any group that's formed by people's frustrations, especially sexual frustrations. I mean, come on, you're gonna see a case here or there where somebody takes it too far and violates the NAP. But here's the thing. The fact that group exists kind of reflects poorly on society, that young men place such value not in love or affection or in being with someone or in having a relationship or getting married or trying to find, you know, an emotional connection, someone to lean on, a rock, you know. They're not upset because they're missing out on that. They're upset because they're missing out on putting their penis inside of a person. It's so upsetting to me. It's so upsetting to me that our society values sex for the sake of sex. And that's due to people that I used to really look up to and admire. The liberators, the people who question the authority. But listen, like I said at the beginning of my first Flat Earth episode, it's good to question authority, but that doesn't mean that authority's wrong. Just because you can question them doesn't mean, just because you can see things from another perspective and disagree with them, because you can do all those things, doesn't mean that those are better options. You know, sex for the sake of sex, progress, technological progress for the sake of progress, just deconstruction of society for the sake of, let's see what happens. Just because you can argue with something doesn't mean that you're right, you know? I think it was great. What happened in the 60s, to one extent, that sexual attitudes in the Western world, especially the United States, I know about the United States, it's my country, were questioned. It's a good thing that some barriers were broken down, you know. As far as I'm concerned, you know, it led to sexual liberation of women and now homosexuals, and those are still causes I support because, you know, libertarian me, I haven't changed. I still don't care what the hell someone else does with their own free time, as long as nobody is hurt, you know. As consenting adults, I couldn't give a damn, you know. So I'm glad that there's that progress was made. But here's the thing: we gotta realize traditions are traditions for a reason. I mean, you don't keep doing something for thousands of years if it doesn't work. Like, and by that I mean relying on a society that is based in the family, that is based in a shared connection of love and in a relationship where children can grow. Children develop better when they have two loving parents, a mother and a father who really love them, two contrasting personalities, so they can get love and affection from one and an example of leadership from the other. And I'm not saying that that's right for everybody. I don't think everybody should be a parent. I think some people are incapable of being parents. I think there are plenty of parents that don't fit that mold that are great parents. You know what I mean? The point is, a tried and true method it's still a tried and true method. Like, I think that's what people should get back to. I think people should focus on that. That's the thing. Is it's like this lust of our kids nowadays. We've ruined our children because what we've done. I don't know why I'm saying we. I'm a child. I'm 23. My parents' generation, the boomers, they ruin their kids because what they've done is they've given them everything and they've refused to ever be harsh to their kids. And as a result, these kids have grown up expecting shit from their parents and expecting shit from society and the people around them, and they feel entitled and they feel like they, you know, deserve what they're getting because that's what they've gotten, so therefore that must be what they deserve. You know, it only makes sense. I mean, really, as a generation, we're just, you know, a bunch of lost souls that we've been given so much love that we don't value love anymore. The markets became oversaturated, and now people my age are not interested in love. But what we do want is sex. We're still biological creatures. We still have these urges. We're awkward with each other. Have you ever heard two people in their 20s, or God forbid teens nowadays, talk to each other? Have you ever heard a group of friends, like, It's scary. It's scary. Have you ever seen two strange young kids try to talk to each other? It is so awkward. I mean, and it can be just the relief that after the conversation is over that it didn't go poorly, that it didn't. It's horrible. We can't communicate with each other. We've lost that social connection, and the internet only makes it worse. Which is why I say progress for the sake of progress is not a worthy cause. We must evaluate how the things we do fit into the societies that we have before we think about venturing into the beyond. And because humans do not change, they do not evolve nearly as fast as the thoughts that we have in our head, as the abstracts we create for ourselves and the cultures that we create. Those change rapidly, but humans don't change. People are the same. And it really frightens me. It really frightens me that we want sex, but we don't want the love that comes with it. I saw one of the most discouraging things I've ever seen was a tweet that somebody posted. It was like, sex has nothing to do with love. It just broke my heart. It really did. I mean, a couple years ago, I might have agreed with it. That's the sad thing. Thank God I snapped out of that. It's just horrifying. It's just horrifying. Sex has nothing to do with love. My heart aches for these people. They ruin themselves. They go out and the life these people lead when they drink and they have sex with each other and they get in difficult situations. They can catch diseases. They can make each other pregnant when they're not ready for it, when they're not emotionally ready for that. Because our society has crippled us from being emotionally ready for it. It pushes us to do things that it disenables us from doing. I mean, it's just horrifying. Now, I don't know that things weren't like this 60 years ago. I can't say I wasn't there. Maybe kids have always been like this. Have had no sense of wanting to be with someone in a marriage. Maybe, people have always just lusted for sex. But I don't think that's the way it always was. I think people always want to have a good time. They want to get laid, but their culture and their society didn't encourage it. Their culture and their society encouraged stability. Their culture and their society encouraged settling down, finding a home, staying there, getting a job, staying in that job as long as possible. It encouraged stability within society. We're almost back to being a freaking mobile society now. We're almost back to being wanderers in the desert. Moving several times, once every 2 years, having more careers than you have fingers and toes within 5 years. I mean, people are crazy nowadays. They move around in and out of relationships because our society encourages instability, because we've taken away the bedrock that we have, and now all we've got left is a shaky statue. Maybe the progress will be worth it in the end. Maybe we'll find a new path, new stability, and old traditions will be replaced by new traditions. Maybe this is just the hectic middle period. I don't know. Maybe. The way we had it was the way. I don't know. Maybe we're screwed. All I know is it just breaks my heart. The fact that incels are a thing breaks my heart. That there are people that are upset because they can't have sex. I've had sex before. It was fucking awesome when it was good, but when it wasn't good, it was bad. Of course, that was back in the Stone Ages, the Obama administration, but nevertheless, I mean, it happened. It was all right. And I mean, I have sexual urges. I'm a human. I release them, and then I go about my day, and that's that. You know? And I have interpersonal relationships with people, you know? I talk to people, you know? I have friends at school. When I come home to my apartment, I have my roommate Gary still talk to, and I can always call any of my family members on the phone whenever I feel like I need to get something off my chest or talk to somebody. Sometimes I just talk to myself. A lot of times I just talk to myself. But you know what? I don't really need anything anymore. I don't need to mix work with pleasure. I don't need my sexual life to be connected to my relationship life. I've you know, it's kind of MGTOW-ish. It's kind of men going their own way, but it's not. It's not. Because I can't tell you how I'd react if a girl actually showed interest in me. I happen to go to a school where there are like no women, so it kind of removes that from the equation. Anyways, I'd have to like go out to clubs and shit. And that, like I said before, is the most miserable life I can imagine, and I'm glad I've never been a part of it. I would only be the weaker for it nowadays. It's just a bad life. It's just a sad life. I'm telling you, man. I think incels should just become volcels. They can't get any and they're frustrated by it, so they should just take the fucking red pill or black pill or whatever and just be like, okay, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's how I am. And if it happens, it happens. I don't know that I could resist somebody. I did once. Believe it or not, one time I was propositioned for sex. Unfortunately, it was by a 40-year-old woman who worked with me, who was tremendously fat and hideously ugly, so it wasn't hard to turn her down. Hey, you want to talk? Yeah, fuck you. Okay, no, like you wouldn't have turned it down, please. If she was good looking, I can't tell you what I would have done. But but I was like, no. I gave her a kiss and immediately regretted it, and I just like backed away. I'm like, I gotta go home. She's like, oh, you just shy. I bet if you was drunk. And I'm like, no, nope, not if I was on meth. God bless her heart. God bless her. But hey, it at least showed me there's something out there for me. I'm not ready for a relationship. And since I'm not ready for a relationship, I'm mature enough to recognize that I'm not ready for sex. You know what? Our parents were right. The earth is round, and you shouldn't have sex before marriage. At least you shouldn't have sex before you've really been with someone and really know that you're committed to each other and you love each other. That's another thing, this open relationships, sleeping around, people cheating on each other and taking them back. I mean, that's I used to have thoughts like we should have open relationships until I thought about how I would feel. And I'm like, no, that's horrible. One or done. Again, libertarian. I'm not telling you how you have to live. I'm just telling you how you should. Okay? In my opinion. Again, I don't care what anybody does with their free time. I just think that this is the wrong way. Okay? There's a difference between thinking what somebody's doing is wrong and thinking that they should be forced not to do something that's wrong. You know, there's a difference. You know. Like I said, people, people have been deviants for forever, since the beginning of time. I don't question that. People have deviated from popular culture forever. I understand that, but nowadays, we have in just a few generations reversed completely from what was deviant to our grandparents. Now all of a sudden, it's not normalized. It's encouraged. I mean, that's how it happens. Just, you know, the slippery slope argument sometimes works out. Sometimes simply allowing people to do something comes into accepting that people do something, comes into tolerating that people do something, which evolves into encouraging people to be something, until you're strange if you don't do something. You know, where you get those, you know, you're a bigot if you wouldn't sleep with a transsexual. I mean, I would, but, you know, I'm a weirdo. But if I said no, I'm certainly not a bigot. But that's the thing, man. I've become cautious. Don't just question yourself. Don't just question everything you believe in once. Do it twice and do it 3 times and do it every day. Okay? I questioned everything I learned as a kid, and I wound up a progressive. I questioned everything I thought as progressive, and I wound up a free market right-wing libertarian. I questioned everything I ever thought of, and I'm forming now as a right-wing free market libertarian, and I've decided that no, this is where I'm sticking. This is the best place to be. These people are right. So I want to be one of them. I'm telling you, man, it's no good. It's no good. It's so empty. The pain you feel inside does not go away. It will never go away until you die. Emotional pain lasts forever once you hammer a nail into wood. No matter if you pull it out, the scar is there forever. It will never be the same. Pain does not go away. You can only distract yourself from it in the short term, and then it comes back, and you feel more empty than ever. Because now you've done unhealthy things on top of feeling shitty about yourself, instead of just feeling shitty about yourself. It's disgraceful. Apparently I'm not an outgoing person, because I don't go out. Except for food, or for school, I'm right here. Usually in this room, sometimes out there playing video games. And honestly, I'm not sad about that. I would rather be a shut-in than an emotional cripple who's had sex with so many people that they don't even see the value in the sex anymore. It's like a drug to them, where they have to do it just to feel normal. That's scary to me. That's really scary to me. Please, people, please wake up. You can have your sexual deviancy. I don't care. Do your own thing, whatever the hell you want to do. Watch whatever you want in your free time. Watch whatever fucking porn you like, as long as it's legal, of course. But, like, honestly, I'm just telling you, it's a bad move, and you've got to know it's a bad move. You've got to see it. You've got to see you're not happier for it. Why do you think every meme nowadays that talks about, where the meme maker refers to themselves, is about how depressed they are, or how alone they are, or how frustrated they are, or how sad they are? Nobody ever memes themselves happy. I'm just saying. Well, maybe those memes wouldn't get spread, but nevertheless. Almost 25 minutes. Shit. This was supposed to be like 3 minutes. Hope you guys appreciate this. I want to do more comment videos. Make sure to post some comments. I'll do these little unprofessional, off-the-cuff videos. Stick to your roots, people. Find something that doesn't hurt you. Maybe some people are just supposed to be whores. Maybe some people are just suited to go out and be free and young and have fun and have adventure. I really don't think that's most people. Just like it should be legal to be homosexual because while most people aren't, some people are. It should be legal to be a whore because most people aren't, some people are. Don't be a whore if you're not a whore at heart. And you'll know. You know. Look inside yourself. You know whether or not you should be going out and doing shit. Of course, anybody who watches my channel is probably a proud Volcel like me. Don't bother. Wait till you have something to show for it. Get a job. Get a career. Get somewhere. Work for it. Be someone. That's what the fuck I'm working on right now. And when I'm there, then I'll worry about it. Then I might have interest. Because maybe then I'll have something to show for it and someone would actually show interest. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, I'm good. I'm good. Maybe I should preserve some sperm just in case by the time I get with someone, I'm like 60 years old and I can't get it up anymore. Then I can just take out the preserved specimen and use that to have a son that I can attend his graduation when I'm 18, when I'm 78. That'd be nice. Love you guys. Stay inside. Don't go outside. It's not worth it. Become an image board frequenter. Become a YouTube and Netflix watcher. Become a person who strives every day to make the best curry he can. Oh yeah, there's more of that. Yeah. Oh, trust me. When you saw me make a curry on film, that was child's play. No. I'm on another level now, baby. I make my own powder from the ingredients. At any rate. Fuck, damn, I'm coming up on a half hour soon. I gotta go. This is how I am on the phone, by the way. Never talk to me on the phone. Because I don't get off. I just keep going and going and going. Ugh. I don't know if I've covered it. What the fuck ever. I'll answer fucking comments, okay? Peace out. Love you. Have a nice day. More to come. God bless you.